thought I'd do some astronomy content today, and I came across this picture, and I think it's really interesting and shows a couple of aspects of my field of study, which is star formation and star cluster formation. And so this is a picture showing a collection of objects that are all grouped up together. They're in the constellation of the Southern Crown. And what this object is, you see there's a bunch of molecular gas right here, and then up here you have a couple of really bright blue stars. And so this is all sort of an actively star-forming region. And this whole space, this whole picture we're looking at is about 500 light years away. So it's actually one of the closer star-forming regions that we can observe. But this whole space is only 15 light years across, which on like a galactic scale is actually quite small. But from our perspective, 15 light years is actually quite big. So our solar system is probably about the size of my fist. And solar system being like the sun, the Earth, all the way out to the Kuiper Belt and the Oort cloud. So this complex is actually quite large, probably several thousand solar masses of gas inside of this. But yeah, so you can see all this material here is molecular gas that has not yet collapsed to form stars. And it's very dark. It doesn't really shine in at least the visible light that we're looking at here. But up here you can see there's a couple of really bright blue stars, especially like these guys here. And then up in here, right in this little area, is sort of a region that's particularly interesting to me because that region is sort of a shrouded region of star formation. So there's stars actively forming there that are difficult to see. And that's where my research particularly is useful. So my area of research is computational astrophysics. And so I design, deploy, and analyze simulations of star cluster formation. So regions like this part right here are particularly difficult to observe because they're shrouded in gas like we see here, but also the star formation process takes place over millions of years. So you can come back next year, the year after that, or 10 years later, 100 years later, take a picture of this complex, and it will look pretty much exactly the same. But for that reason, we need to employ computer simulations to actually see how these star clusters actually form over time. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing more about that stuff, let me know. Talk about my research and kind of projects I work on.